Hello everyone, a very good afternoon to all of you. This is Ashwin Ramani, your research analyst at SBI Securities. I hope I'm audible and I hope you all are able to see my screen. If you all can give me a heads up in the chat box. अगर मेरी आवाज सुनाई दे रही है, स्क्रीन दिखाई दे रहा है तो आप मुझे एक बार चैट बॉक्स में कमेंट करके बता सकते हो, so that I know you all are with me live in the session. We just wait for a couple of minutes because I see that people are joining in. And in case if you have joined in and if you can hear me properly, if my video is fine, do let me know in the chat box. Murthy ji, good afternoon. Sanjeev ji, audible and visible. Sachin ji, hello, good afternoon. Rakesh ji saying namaste, much better audio today. Probably there was some net issues because of which there were audio issues yesterday. It does happen at times, but nevertheless, good to know that the audio is fine. Geeta ji, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you as well. Ajay ji, good afternoon. Namaste. Vinay ji, good afternoon. Okay, so Rupee has breached the 90 mark for the first time. So I think seems like Rakesh ji's prediction might come true. That we might see Rupee going towards 95 levels in the short term. Yeah, Sanjeev ji will do that. In fact, I do the dollar rupee and dollar index analysis every day. I think it is. I think it's a no-brainer. I think meltdown with dollar going up. I think it's bound to happen because the FIs will not participate till the time dollar keeps moving up like this. So I think the markets are going to feel the heat. And if you see, only the IT sector is positive today, and that is because a higher dollar, it's a positive for the IT sector. And also, with the potential India-US deal lingering, with the talks going around that there might be a deal, and I think that is the only sector, that is showing some steady signs in this weak market. But nevertheless, let's start off with the mid market. We'll start off with an update on the global markets first. So if you look at the US markets, Dow Jones closed positive 0.39% higher. S&P also closed around 0.25% higher, while the Nasdaq closed around 0.59% higher. If you look at the Dow futures, so Dow futures is up 0.19%. So we can expect a flat to positive start to the US markets today. If you look at the European markets, Germany was positive. It was up 0.5%. We could see some profit booking in London and France. London was down 0.019%. I think it is 0.01% and not 0.019. And France was down 0.28%. If you look at Euro Stocks 50, that was up, or that is up around 0.16%. If you look at the Asian markets, so Asian markets are quite mixed. So barring Nikkei, which is up 1.14%, and South Korea's Kospi, which is up 1%, the other markets are seeing some kind of pressure. Hang Seng is down around 1.18%. China is also down 0.5%. Our markets again continues to be under pressure. What we've been seeing in the last 2-3 days. 26,300, I think that was a key hurdle for Nifty, and Nifty failed to decisively close above the 26,300 mark. And since then, what we've been witnessing is profit booking both in Nifty, Sensex, as well as in Bank Nifty. If you look at the macro indicators, again, if you look at the dollar index, so dollar index, you could see that around there's 100.2, 100 mark is a strong resistance for the dollar index. So it took resistance around the 100 mark twice, and from there on, you could see the prices going down. Right now, it's at 98.7, which is a slight positive for us. But I feel any move above 100 again, that could put some added pressure in our markets going forward. But as long as it stays below the 100 mark, nothing major to worry on. But I think the major reason for us is dollar strengthening against the rupee. So it's moving higher. It's at 90.23 now. So this is not really a good sign for us, because a stronger dollar against the rupee is not good for the markets. Probably it would be good for certain sectors like pharma and IT, but all the other sectors would be under pressure. And because of higher, stronger dollar against the rupee, that will also keep the FIIs away. And we've been seeing the FIIs have been regularly been selling in our markets, whether it's in cash or whether even if it's index futures, they've been holding heavy short positions compared to the long positions here. So again, it looks like if the RBI doesn't intervene, so we have the monetary policy meeting, which is scheduled on Friday. So we'll have to wait and see as to what RBI does with the rate cuts. But something interesting happened in the Indian government bonds 10-year yields. So it was on the verge of a breakout. So there were rumors going around saying that RBI might not go for a rate cut and might keep the rates steady, because of which the yields started to rise. But then you could see yields cooling off nearly about 1.10% yesterday. So looking at this move, considering the fact that we have an RBI meet on Friday, looks like maybe RBI might go for a rate cut. But maybe the markets would have factored in a no rate cut by RBI. But if RBI decides to go for a rate cut, I think it would be a good sign. Then I think we can expect a short-term rebound in the markets here. I feel the markets are factoring in no rate cut, but looking at how the yields have moved yesterday, and considering we have the meet on Friday, if RBI decides to go for a rate cut, I think that could probably lead to a recovery in our markets here. I think that is what I think, based on just by looking at the charts. I mean, this is what I feel. Maybe RBI might go for either a 25 basis point rate cut on Friday. If you look at Brent crude, so Brent crude again, it took support around the $61 a barrel mark. So the trajectory is down. So as long as it stays below the $65-$66 a barrel mark, nothing much to worry on. If you look at India VIX, so India VIX is at 11.23. So nothing changes as far as the volatility is concerned. I think any move below the current levels can probably give some comfort to the bulls. Then maybe probably we could see bulls coming back to our markets. If we look at gold, gold again continues to rise. It's at $4,209 an ounce. I think if it goes above $4,250 an ounce, then we can expect gold to move towards $4,370, $4,400 an ounce in the near term. And even if you look at silver, so silver also, it has crossed the $58 an ounce mark. So we can clearly see that silver is outperforming gold. Silver is even outperforming Nifty as well, and probably other asset classes. Even it is outperforming Bitcoin also, for that matter, considering that there is good amount of sell-off that is happening in the Bitcoin market. So the only silver is the one that is strongest amongst the lot. So I feel as long as 54.4, 54.5, that's a strong support zone. And I feel if this continues, I think we can expect silver to move towards $62, $63 an ounce probably in the near term. If we look at the FII positioning, so FIIs again, they were net sellers in the cash market. So they sold around 3,642 crores. And if you see the last 4 days selling figure, that has come in at nearly about 10,000 crores. I think it's quite evident that if dollar strengthens against the rupee, FIIs usually would sell off their equity holdings. And at the same time, yields cooling off, chances are that they might be ramping up their bond purchases as well. I think that could probably one of the reason as to why the yields went down. So probably there is some outflow that is happening from equities and might be moving to bonds here. So in that case, and if RBI decides to keep the rates steady, and if the yields jump, then chances are that we could see more extended flows from equities in the coming session. So this, I think, this Friday's RBI MPC meet will be very crucial. So if they keep the rates steady, then the yields can go up. But if they cut down the rates, then probably we can expect a recovery taking place on Friday. If you look at the net index futures contracts, there was some visible buildup of short positions by the FIs and index futures. The net index futures has gone up from 87,000 to 99,000, which has led to the long short ratio moving down from almost 19% to 16% now. So there was also a drop in the long short ratio. Then that means FIIs have been building up fresh short positions in index futures. So it was holding this 18 to 19 marks steadily, and now the long short ratio has dropped below. This is definitely not the sign that we want to see from the FIIs. If you look at Nifty, so most importantly, if you look at the daily chart for Nifty here, Nifty has broken below the most important trend line on the daily chart. So if you can see the green color trend line, that is connected by drawing the lows of the 7th of November, the low of the 26th of November. So there were chances that Nifty might take support from this trend line and move higher, and it also coincided with its 20-day EMA. I think if you can see, the 20-day EMA is at 25,960. We are at 25,928. So definitely there is a short-term weakness in the market. We have dropped below the 20-day EMA. Last time Nifty held on to the 20-day EMA nicely. Even if we see on 7th of November, it held on to its 50-day EMA. But I think Nifty going below 20-day EMA, that's a slight worrying signs in the market. And I feel if this fall continues, then I feel we can move towards 25 780, 25 750 levels on the downside. But I think recovery is possible only once Nifty goes above the trend line. That is, it needs to close about 26,000, 26,050. I think once it closes above the trend line again, then I think we can expect Nifty to move higher towards 26 250, 26 300 levels. I think a fresh move on the upside might come only when this level of 26 320, 26 330 is successfully taken out on the upside. But looking at the chart structure, definitely there is some weakness in Nifty. Most importantly, we'll have to see where Nifty closes, whether it closes below its 20-day EMA, which is at 25,960. If yes, then chances are that we could probably have a couple of more days of fall. But if we see any pullback coming in the second half, and if Nifty closes above this trend line of 26,050, 26,060, then we can expect some recovery coming in Nifty here. Now, if we look at Sensex, so a similar structure is what is visible in Sensex as well. So even Sensex has broken below the upward sloping trend line on the daily chart. This was connected by drawing the lows of 7th of November and the 26th of November. So I think we were, we were hoping that, it could take support and probably we could see some recovery today. बट ये ट्रेंड लाइन ब्रेक कर दिया. अब एकदम उसके 20-डे ईएमए के आसपास, अगर आप 20-डे ईएमए निफ्टी ने ब्रेक कर लिया है बट सेंसेक्स ने अब तक किया नहीं है, तो सेंसेक्स इज स्लाइटली आउट परफॉर्मिंग निफ्टी इज व्हाट यू कैन से. सो 84,740 is where the 20-day EMA is. Right now Sensex is at 84,838. So again, this 20-day EMA becomes very crucial. If it holds on to let's say this 84,740, 84,750, then we can expect some pullback coming in from these levels. But if it drops below this 20-day EMA of 84,750, 84,740, I think then we can expect price to move towards 84,000, 83,800 levels in the short term. So the chart structure for both Nifty and Sensex definitely has become slightly weaker. With Nifty trading below its 20-day EMA, whereas Sensex on the other hand has held on to its 20-day EMA here. If we talk about Bank Nifty, so even Bank Nifty has broken below the trend line. So if we correct the lows of 7th and 26th, There is a breakdown in Bank Nifty as well. But Bank Nifty, in fact, has seen some pullback from the 20-day EMA, which is at 58. 880, 58, 900 zone. So you could see a small doji like candle. So Sensex and Bank Nifty both are holding on to their 20-day EMAs, whereas Nifty is currently trading below the 20-day EMA here. So Bank Nifty, if we see, there is some pullback that we are seeing from the 58,870 level. Right now it's at 59,081. So again, it will be important to see if Bank Nifty holds on to its 20-day EMA. So this zone of 58,870, 58,900, that's a strong support zone. I think if we break below this, then we can expect Bank Nifty to move towards 58,000. But if it again closes above the trend line, let's say this upward sloping trend line, यहाँ से एक recovery आती है, or if it, let's say, closes above 59,370, 59,400, then we can expect Bank Nifty to again test its previous high of 60,100 in the near term. So definitely, if I have to summarize all the three indices, so Nifty is below its 20-day EMA, whereas Sensex and Bank Nifty are holding on to their 20-day EMAs. The chart structure is definitely weak, so we'll have to wait and see whether what the RBI does on Friday. I think that will be the key trigger for both or all the three indices for that matter, whether it's Nifty, Bank Nifty, or Sensex. If you look at the heat map today, so HDFC Bank is up 0.31%, ICICI Bank is up 0.78%, Axis Bank is up 0.83%. Barring that, almost all the other counters are in red. SBI is down 1.6%, Shriram Finance is down 2.1%. So there is a little support from the two heavyweights, that is HDFC and ICICI. IT sectors, again, it's the best performing sector today. TCS is up 1.2%, Infy is up 0.6%, Wipro is up 2%. Then we have even Tech Mahindra, which is up 0.37%. Eternal is the only company that is down around 1% in the IT pack. Oil and gas, again, no support from the oil and gas today. Reliance is down 0.56%, ONGC is down 1.46%, and Coal India is down 1% as well. So no support from oil and gas, and even auto sectors are seeing some profit booking. You could see Bajaj Auto, Mahindra and Mahindra, Tata Motors, passenger vehicles, Maruti, all the auto stocks are also seeing some profit booking today. If we see, if even FMCG counters, so ITC is down, Hindustan Unilever is down, Nestle India is down. Then you have Tata Consumer that is down here. So auto is down, FMCG is down, oil and gas is down. Even if you look at the metal names, barring Hindalco, which is up 0.73%, Tata Steel is down 0.77%, JSW is down. So no support from the metal space. Larsen and Toubro is down. No support from the pharma space as well. Sun Pharma is down 0.26%. Cipla is down 0.72%. Even if you look at BL again, 2 consecutive days of profit booking in BL. So defense overall as a sector is relatively underperforming. That is also down around 2%. Then you have Adani Enterprises, that is down around 1.29%. Even the healthcare stocks are down. If you look at Max Health, Apollo Hospitals, both these counters are down here. So barring the support from the IT space and a couple of heavyweights, that is HDFC and ICICI, almost if you can see, all the other sectors are in red here. So if by chance, if IT sector gives up the gains in the second half, I think then we could see the fall extend further down in the second half year. But if we see any sort of buying emerging in the auto and oil and gas counters, then chances are that we could expect some recovery. If not, if IT sector gives up gains, I think that could lead to Nifty going down even more in the second half. Now, talking about the key sectors to watch, which sectors are strong, which sectors are weak. If you see the last 1 month's performance, PSU Bank was leading, and again, there is some profit booking that has come in the PSU banking space. IT is the strongest sector, so IT is the only sector that is doing well now. That is up around 6%, followed by auto. Though there is some profit booking today, but nevertheless, the overall trend for auto is still positive. that is up around 3%. Capital market stocks is up around 2.5%. Whereas if you see the sectors that are not doing well, that is defense, that is down around 3.7%, metal is down around 4%, CPSE is down around 5%, and realty is down around 8%. So what you can see is there is some profit booking taking place in the auto space. And realty sector is down since quite some time. So I think now what RBI decides on Friday, if they cut the interest rates, then again there'll be some recovery that we can probably see in real estate and auto. If not, I think then maybe is the auto sector reacting to that? That is something that we'll come to know on Friday. But very difficult to say what the RBI will do. I think this Friday's meeting becomes extremely important. I think most probably they might looking at auto sector down, realty down, and the yields cooling off around 1%. In my personal opinion, I feel they might go for a rate cut, but again, we'll have to wait and watch until Friday. Now, talking about the key sectors and the stocks to watch out. Yes, the market is weak, but definitely there is only one sector that is doing well in this weak market. That is your IT space. So IT has well and truly has kind of given a follow-through move that was lacking since the last 3-4 attempts. So every time it came near its support zone, it went up, fizzled out, went up, fizzled out, went up, fizzled out. Again, it went up, it fizzled out. This time it broke out, and this is the time when we are seeing a follow-through move in the IT index. So probably I feel IT sector is one sector that could relatively do well in the coming sessions. Now, if I have to talk about certain stocks from the IT space, one would be Wipro. अगर हम विप्रो की बात करें, so Wipro post 4 days of consolidation has given a fresh breakout. It has also closed above its 200-day EMA. Not close, I mean, it is currently trading above its 200-day EMA. There is also some steady rise in the volumes in the last 3 sessions. The RSI, which was hovering around the 60 mark, has gone up, and MACD slope is also pointing upwards. So there is some momentum that is building on the higher side in Wipro. Apart from that, even TCS की भी बात करें, so TCS has been moving in a higher high, higher low formation. Though largely it was consolidating in that 3,200, 3,100 range. I think if there is any sustained move above 3,200, we can expect TCS to quickly move towards 3,250, followed by 3,300 levels in the short term. The RSI has moved above 60. The ADX is also in a rising mode. So that indicates that the momentum is changing quietly in the favor of bulls from the bears. Apart from that, one another counter that has steadily been making fresh highs since the last 3 trading sessions, that is Tech Mahindra. So Tech Mahindra ki baat kare, so it took strong support around the 1400 zone, and thereon we could see a steady recovery in the index. It now trades above all the key moving averages. The ADX is pointing upwards. MACD line is well above the signal line and the zero line. And any sustained move higher, I think one immediate resistance is at 1570. Once that is taken out, we can expect 1610, 1620 levels in the short term in Tech Mahindra as well. Apart from that, even Birla Soft is one stock that is looking positive. You can see there is a fresh volume surge in the last 2 trading sessions in Birla Soft. It was trading in a very narrow range. It broke out, and there is a strong follow-through move. RSI has gone above 60, and MACD line has crossed over the signal line as well. So IT sector is the only sector that is looking bullish in the current market. If we look at some other stocks probably that is doing well, one is GAIL, not GAIL, this is GAEL. That is Gujarat Ambuja Exports Limited. It was in a downtrend since quite some time. It is trading near the downward sloping trend line resistance. I think once it takes out probably 117, 118, then chances are that it can move towards 125, 130 levels in the short term. So Gujarat Ambuja Exports Limited is one stock where The price action structure seems to be improving. Apart from that, even Hinzing ki baat kare, I think largest producer of silver. So silver prices going up is positive for Hinzing as well. So Hinzing post falling towards its 200-day EMA quickly went above the 200-day EMA here, and it saw a steady recovery. It is now at 502, near its previous high of 504. So if it's able to sustain above 504, then I think it can move towards 525. And if it takes out 525, then I think it can move towards 545, 550 levels in the short term. But it's very important that on the downside, it holds on to 470, 475. That's a strong support for the stock. Apart from that, even TBO Tech ki baat kare, so it has been holding on to its 20-day EMA level. Uh, it came close to its 50-day EMA, then it moved up, and then in the last 3 days, it came to its 20-day, and we could see a mild recovery taking place from the 20-day EMA level here. So I feel right now it's at 1695. So any sustained move above 1695 can lead to price testing 1760, 1770 levels in the short term. With around 1630, 1640, that zone is likely to act as a strong support zone for TBO Tech. And the last stock that I want to discuss today is JK Tires. तो अगर हम JK Tires की बात करें, again, the price hovered around its 20-day EMA for quite some time, and we could see some reversal signs, some signs of reversal from this zone. I think it's very important that it gives a strong close above 460, 465. RSI has moved above 60. You can see that the MACD histogram bars are shrinking. So that indicates a shift in the momentum from bears to bulls. And I think there is one resistance around 475. If 475 gets taken out, then we can expect the stock to move towards 490, 500 levels in the short term. So that was all about the sectors and the stocks to watch out. Nothing much to talk as far as the sectors are concerned. It's only the IT sector that is doing well. And there are a few other stocks that are in positive, which shows a positive price action structure. So that's all from today's mid-market session. I hope it was informative. And now let us start off with our question and answer session. If you have any queries, any doubts, do let me know in the chat box, and I'll be happy to answer them. So I could see some queries already down here. So I think Gopal Krishnanji is asking for Reddington. Reddington, there is some pressure in Reddington. Maybe you can have around 270 as a support or an SL, or maybe 265, because if it breaks below 265, then it can fill the gap until 252. Up move is likely only once 305, 310 is taken out on the upside. Unless and until that level is not taken out, I think the stock could be under pressure. Studs, I think too early to comment on Studs. It's recently listed IPO. I think you can keep a support around 530, 530. I think below that the fall can extend even further. Up move, I think there are no reversal signs yet. So if you are looking for a fresh entry, avoid fresh entry for now. But if you already have the stock in your holdings, then probably have a SL around 535, 530. Minda Corp, just a second. Yeah, Minda Corp is good. It's been consolidating in this range. So on the upside, 620 is the where the resistance is. On the downside, 555 is where the support is. So largely, it's been moving in that range. I feel once 620 is taken out on the upside, the price can move up further. I think on the downside, somewhere around 565, 570 is where you can keep your support. I think the chart structure is positive. It's just that it needs a breakout above 620. Asha ji is asking POCL mein kya kare? 796. Oh, 796. I think it's very good since you have bought at 790. Maybe you can trail your SL to 1145. This is where the previous low is. ओवरऑल चार्ट स्ट्रक्चर पॉजिटिव ही है, जैसे थोड़ा सा प्रॉफिट बुकिंग हुआ है, बट आई फील वंस 1425 1450 इज टेकन आउट, ये फिर से एक अप ट्रेंड शुरू हो सकता है। बट अभी आप क्या कर सकते हो, क्योंकि आपका बाइंग प्राइस 1796 है, आप एटलीस्ट ये जो प्रीवियस स्विंग लो अराउंड 1125 वहां पे आप ट्रेल करके रख सकते हो, ताकि अगर प्राइस नीचे गिरे तो भी एटलीस्ट आप कुछ प्रॉफिट से बाहर आ सकते हो। मित्तल जी is asking for Maruti. Maruti, see I won't say that there is any reversal here. I mean, आज एक profit booking सारे auto counters में आज नजर आ रहा है. And that probably could be because the overall market is also weak today. So I think Maruti you can hold on. I think around 15,800, 15,820 का support लेके आप hold कर सकते हो मारुति को. If we look at Bajaj Auto, Bajaj Auto is also the same. I think Bajaj Auto needs to move above this zone, which is of 9,240, 9,250. Uske upar chances are that we can see an up move towards 9,480, 9,500. But on the downside, maybe you can have a support around 8,830, 8,850. That's a strong support zone for Bajaj Auto. That also coincides with the 100-day EMA for the stock. Yeah, that news is there. HDFC, ICICI Bank, I think, I mean, a relatively old news, but I think उसके लिए वो reaction उस time हो गया था जब ये news आया था कि progressively until March, they are going to reduce the weights in HDFC, ICICI Bank. So if you remember, वो time पे the smaller names in the bank nifty space that kind of moved up higher. Yes, that is also there. But I think the major trigger for the bank would be the credit growth. And again for that, the RBI rate cut announcement again will be very crucial. So if they cut the rates, I mean, I think the market is hoping for a rate cut. I think that will be cheered by the markets. If RBI keeps the rates steady, then I feel that, we might see some more downside in the coming days. I think this Friday's meeting is very important. Aditya Birla Capital, yes, just a second. Aditya, see, the overall structure is positive, Geeta ji. Aditya Birla Capital, maybe you can around 330 days का 20 day ये में वहां तक आ सकता है, मे बी वहां से एक रिवर्सल मिल सकता है, बट यू कैन प्रॉब्ली इफ यू आर होल्डिंग देन अराउंड 338 का या 335 का एसएल रख के आप होल्ड कर सकते हो. But if it moves above 360, it can continue moving higher. But if it falls, I think it can move towards 338, 335 और वहां से हमें शायद एक रिवर्सल साइंस मिल सकता है. Rakesh ji, what I meant was 95 is the upper cap of Rupee before it starts strengthening, expected to reach 75-80 range, though much depends upon Japan. Yeah, but you sure, Rakesh ji, from 95 to 75-80, uh, that's a big range. I think obviously everyone wants that, but not sure if we can drop from 95 until 75-80, maybe until 80, 85, 80. 84, 85, 83, they might keep it until that zone, but not sure if it can move until 75 on the downside. If you look at Maruti again, okay, Maruti 16,000 call, yeah, just a second. What price have you got, Mittalji? Maybe around 330. You can keep your SL around 315, Mittalji. अगर 315 के नीचे जाता है, then it's better to exit. But 315 is where the SL is. Hello, sir. SBI call given for Moil at 90.50, but it's at plus 60s right now. How do I hold it? So let me look at Moil. Are you आप Moil बोल रहे हो कि MOL बोल रहे हो? Because at 90s you are saying, right? I think you're talking about. Yeah, I think you're talking about Make Money Organics, if I'm not wrong, because Moil is a separate stock. I think MOL is different. See, technically there is some pressure in the charts here, but I feel you can hold on until 60. 60 is where a major support is. We have seen last time there was a good bounce from the 60 odd levels. I think you can continue to hold, keep around 60 as an SL for that, Pradeep ji. If Fed is not going for a rate cut, is there any volatility rise in gold and silver prices? I think Fed might go for a rate cut because I think President Trump has already selected someone who could replace Jerome Powell, and he's a staunch believer of having rate cuts there. So high chances are that Fed might definitely go for a rate cut because that would kind of bring their yields down, considering the fact that US is loaded with debt. They would not want the yields moving up in US there. So I think high chances are that they might, even if they keep the rates steady, I think at some point of time they will cut down the rates here. I think that is what my view is. See, gold and silver again. Yeah, I think more than gold, I feel silver is, I think, one thing that can keep moving up higher. See, gold and silver again, short term impact ho sakta hai with the interest rate cuts, but again for a long term, like I've been saying, it's better to have both gold and silver in your portfolio. At least have some allocation to gold and silver, and maybe do SIPs in Nifty gold Bs or silver Bs here. Which is your stock, Sagarji? Excel Soft Tech. I'm not sure if you can. Tata Investment Corporation. Right now, there is a lack of momentum in this counter. If you see, it's hovering around its 200-day EMA. The MACD is also flat. Then you can see the MACD slope is flat. ADX is also flat. RSI is below 30. So I feel it needs to hold on to 720, 715. If not, I think we can expect this to move down even further until 630, 635. Up move, probably if we see any reversal signs around 720, chances are that it can move higher. See, ideally, these counters, whether it's Tata Investment, BF Investment, these stocks will move when the overall market sentiment is positive. So currently, जब तक ये market sentiment down है, तब तक chances are that इनका investments value भी down ही होंगे. Probably that is one of the reasons why ये stock थोड़ा pressure में है. Same with BF Invest as well. Even BF Invest, I feel major support is around 405. I think you can, if you're holding then around 405 is where you can keep your SL or support. I think below 405, I think it can move down even lower. A section of experts predicts silver to touch 2 lakh and gold at 1.5 lakh, but thereafter correct in rupee terms. Ho sakta hai. I think silver, again, it has a lot of other use cases as well. I think gold, again, if you look at the history of gold, gold has, despite the corrections that we have seen in gold, the gold prices have progressively moved higher only. Uh, वो time में in our dad's time, mom's time, in our parents, that time, 10 grams gold, we would hear this very often in our households. वो time में gold का भाव क्या था, आज gold का भाव क्या है? So probably 20, 30 years down the line, we'll say, वो time में gold हुआ करता था, अब देखो gold कहाँ पे चला गया है. So I think silver is probably something where we'll get corrections, but I think over a period of time, the trend is likely to remain up only. And of course, if there is any black swan events that come, like for example, COVID ऐसे आ गया था, then there was this 2008 crisis. I mean, these things again, there will be something or the other that will keep coming in future. So that times when equity markets go for a toss, people will start accumulating gold. So gold is definitely it's a hedge, but I think it will. I mean, that is never going to run out of value. I think gold and silver are probably two metals which the overall trajectory is only going to remain positive over a long period. If we look at IEX, see IEX, I feel post वो जो हमने fall देखा था यहाँ पे ये market coupling का news आया था जुलाई में. Since then it has relatively traded sideways, so I feel at least it's at around 100-day EMA. I think it will be it needs to move until 170. I think 170 needs to fill the gap until 185. But before that it needs to move above 150, 155. 155 के ऊपर अगर एक strong breakout मिलता है, then chances are that we can expect some recovery. But I would say avoid IEX for now because उसका जो monopoly था, it has kind of lost its monopoly now post the market coupling news. And large part of the gains that were seen in the stock were mainly basis that I think it is relatively trading sideways. So जब तक trend reversal signs नहीं आता है, it's better to avoid this counter. Clear, guys. So I hope today's session was informative. You all learned something, and that's all from today's session, guys. And I'll see you tomorrow at 12:30 for the mid-market session. So tomorrow we'll have Sensex weekly expiry. Until then, take care, guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow at 12:30 for the new mid-market session. Bye, guys, and take care.